Hello everybody, what's up? This is Andre Farnell, and I'm here to deliver to you a 3-part training series that's going to help you lose body fat, gain more energy, and live life with a body and a lifestyle that you love. Now those 3 things are awesome. At the end of this training, I'm going to be making an offer to you to work more closely with me. And I'm also going to do this at a very discounted fee or price. So let's get started. How to lose body fat, how to live with high energy, and how to go ahead and live life full throttle, fully self-expressed in the way that people dream about living. My name is Andre Farnell, and the thing that I gotta identify first, if I'm gonna do this whole thing justice, is that fitness is very, very simple, right? You eat less and better foods, and you work out more, and there you have an awesome outcome, right? It's really one of those things in life that are easy to do. No, simple to do, but not easy to do. That's what fitness is. Loads and loads of people struggle with it. Fitness is one of those things that everybody wishes they can do on a regular basis, but doesn't. I so happen to have the gift of doing this like second nature. And the reason why I can do it second nature, and why fitness has now been a part of my life for over 24 years, and I've been instructing people, I've actually helped thousands of people change their bodies and change their minds. The reason why it works for me is because it's an area where I show great character in my life. That's the only difference between me and somebody who can't work out and can't eat the right foods they want. It's an area where I show great characters, an area where I show great integrity. It's an area where I do what I say I'm going to do 90% of the time. So it's the reason why I've been able to be who I am to so many people. I've been blessed, literally blessed, to help thousands of people transform their bodies, transform the way that they show up in the world, transform their confidence, their energy, renew their spirits through their bodies. I get to do that. So I humbly say I get to do that. And this training is going to give you more of an insight into how you're going to be able to do that for yourself. And I think that's awesome. So I'll tell you a little bit about who I am, so you can get more of a picture of this. I've been featured in tons of fitness publications, business publications. I've been sought after by Fortune 100 companies to consult as a fitness consultant, to be put together boot camps and to work alongside with them to make their employees more healthy. I've been featured on TV, I've been featured in radio, and basically I'm very good at what I do. I say that with confidence because it's been 19 years, and if I suck now, then I need to hang it up. I needed to hang it up a long time ago. The reason why I have this level of character and this level of ability at eating the things that I should eat and exercising on a consistent basis is because I've changed other areas of my life, and I've become very good at facing my areas of struggle. And fitness shows up as an area of struggle for lots of people, and the reason why we struggle at them is because most people run away and avoid those areas instead of running headfirst into dealing with them. So my story with struggle and my experience with overcoming struggle is what I'm going to share with you in this training. It's a 3-part video series. My struggle began when I was born, I think, and it started with me being a foster child for the first 9 years of my life, bouncing from home to home in the Bronx and in Brooklyn. And I've seen a lot of things that I probably wasn't supposed to see at that age. I was exposed to a lot of abuse. And, these are the formative years of your life. This is, the time where who you are and your personality and everything is being formed in this world. I was dealt a very rugged hand, I would say. I had to take care of a younger brother as we bounced from home to home. I've been beaten ridiculously at that age. All of my belongings fit into an old trash bag, and as I bounced from home to home, that's what I carried with me. At a very young age, I had to come to the understanding that life is going to be somewhat hard. Life is going to be a little more difficult for me than for other people. At least that's what I thought. And it's something that I still deal with every single day. But for me to go from that foster kid to this world-traveled speaker and writer and author and all the things I've been able to do, is I had to overcome a lot of limiting mindsets. I had to get to the root of why all those unfortunate things constantly happen to me over and over and over again. And as soon as I was old enough, I had to take total and full control of my life, full responsibility for my life. One of the things that did that for me was fitness, exercising, watching my body transform. For no other reason than I said I wanted it to, and I invested the time and the effort into making it do that. And as a 12, 13-year-old kid, watching who's been in foster care, who had no say, who was thrown away, discarded by their biological parents, for me to say that I wanted to do something and then I actually made it happen, that's what gave me a feeling of self-worth. That's what gave me a feeling of confidence. That's sort of the payoff of me putting in this work. And so over time, exercising became something that was second nature to me. It became easy for me to do. It became something that I do like breathing. And I've helped thousands of other people go from hating it to it becoming something that's second nature to them. So this is the first step, or the first lesson, or the first thing that I'd like to share with you. The first thing is, get to the root of where you struggle. Ask yourself the questions of, why do I struggle in this area of life? What can I do to overcome that? Who do I have to be to overcome my areas of struggle? Because fitness shows up as an area of struggle for hundreds of thousands and maybe millions of people, especially here in America. It's an area of struggle. And there's two questions that you have to ask yourself in order to get to the root of this. Question number one is, who am I in the face of failure? Who am I in the face of failure? Now that's a huge question, because that's the person who shows up when it's time for you to exercise. In my case, who shows up for me in the face of failure, or in the face of pain, or in the face of any area in life that I struggle, is I take control. So I am control in the face of failure. Now, what that did for me was it helps me tremendously in the gym. Like, being in control in the gym is great for safety, right? It's great for what else? Going to the gym, period, is taking control of your body and what it looks like, what it feels like, the kind of energy that you're going to have. All of that it's a process of control. So in the gym, that's an excellent thing. But I found out that subconsciously, wanting to be in control serves you in some places and fails you in other places. So if you're constantly failing with your fitness efforts, if you're the person who starts out strong with good intentions, and then 2 weeks later you find that you missed that workout, or you find that you eat that donut or cheesecake, because cheesecake is good, but if you find that you eat that donut or cheesecake that you said you wouldn't eat, and your willpower wanes, who you are in the face of failure is showing up. So me being control in the face of failure is something that served me well in the gym, but in my personal relationships, and especially the relationships I have with females, didn't work too well. I had to at some point look at what me being in control cost me. It cost me nothing in the gym, so I keep that. I like to be in control in the gym. I like to be strong and take control of my body and my health. But with relationships, I had to change that. So I challenge you to write out who you are in the face of failure. Who you are when you're totally responsible for the epic fail. Because if you're not in the level of fitness that you want to be at, and if you're not living in the body that you want to have right now, it's your fault. It's really your fault. And who you are in the face of failure is subconsciously sabotaging all of the efforts that you ever put through. So that's the first of the two questions that I want you to really ask yourself. And you know, there's a lot of things. Some people, they disconnect in the face of failure. You know, they just stop caring. Some people, and you know, none of these are good or bad, but it's just what people do, right? Some people say it's not their fault in the face of failure, or when they fail, or when something happens, they take no responsibility. Some people, and that's good and bad, right? Because people like that always get somebody else to take care of them because it was never their fault. Some people, they beat themselves up over and over and over and over and over and over and over again for a long period of time, and therefore they they don't make any progress in that area. So that's another thing to look at too. Who are you in the face of failure? Do you shut down? Do you accept responsibility? Do you jump into control mode? Are you a control freak like me? So you'll find that that's pretty common among most fitness trainers anyway. We're kind of control freaks. So the second question that I want you guys to ask yourself is what do you say to yourself to get somebody off of your back? So you've been caught with a foul, you've done something wrong. What do you say to get people off your back? I personally say, I'll fix it. That shuts them up, gives me a chance to go back and right my wrong. And in the case of the gym, I'll fix it shows up excellent. You know, it keeps me looking for new and exciting things to do in the gym. It keeps me searching for what's next. And that's something that is really important. At least with keeping your interest and keeping you fired up about it. So there's a lot to gain by looking at those two questions, and those are the first things that you should do. Ask yourself, who am I in the face of failure, and what do I say to get people off my back after I failed? Now, a lot of those two questions, people are subconsciously shut off to them. They're not asking themselves those questions. So I challenge you to interview the people around you, because the people around you see you in a way that you can't see yourself. They'll know. Actually, my fiance told me that mine was the control thing, and I found that out at age 30. So I couldn't do anything in a relationship around it until I identified it. So identify the root, people. That's video number 1. Video number 2, I'm going to give you how to overcome your default sentence. So mine is, I'm in control, I can fix it. That default sentence will run your life. It's the reason why you fail in the gym. So I'm going to give you some ways to overcome that sentence. Because being aware and bringing awareness to why you fail, really, that's what makes a permanent change. So look forward to video number 2, where I'm going to break that down, and I'm also going to give another distinction that's going to help you tremendously.